This is one of the biggest advancements I have ever seen with AI, specifically for print on demand. The way AI and print on demand used to work is you would create a prompt. You would put that prompt in a program, whether it's Midjourney, Ideogram, Leonardo, whatever it might be. You'll put that prompt in, you'll get a response back in the form of an image, and then you'll decide, do you like that image, or maybe it needs some tweaking, or maybe you need to change your prompt, or maybe you need to start all over again to actually get a good final result. On top of that, AI doesn't really do text well unless you're using Ideogram. But even with Ideogram, you would put the prompt in, you would ask it to have specific text, and then it will give you a result, and that's it. But that's all changed now, and I've been using this for the last week, and I've been completely and utterly blown away by it. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Now, this uses DALL-E 3, and it uses DALL-E with ChatGPT. So in my last video using DALL-E 3, I was using it on Bing, and it was just like every other AI tool. I'd put a prompt in, I'd get a response, and that was the end of it. Now, what I'm able to do is actually have a conversation with what feels like a designer and tweak it and change it and manipulate it and do all of these different things without me actually having to use any design software or creative software or even to be creative myself. Now, I know a lot of people get annoyed by that, but I actually think this is going to be huge for the world of print on demand. Everyone who feels like they can't design will now be able to design. Everyone who feels like they can't afford, Photoshop, which is what I pay £50 a month for, and all the other design tools will now be able to do it for a fraction of the cost. It just seems incredible. So I want to show you exactly what I mean and take you through a tutorial of how you can have a conversation with AI and manipulate the design. It's as if you are working one-on-one with a designer. They can change the colors, they can change the font, they can change the size, they can change the theme, they can do whatever you want. Now, there are some cases where you still have to go in and manipulate it a tiny bit if the spelling is wrong and it just won't understand you, because at the end of the day, this is a robot. This isn't a human, and we can't forget that. But let's start. So I'm in ChatGPT, and what you need to do is you need to go to ChatGPT, hover over it. You need to have ChatGPT 4. So this does cost. It's $20 a month, and that's what I meant. There is a small cost to actually be able to use this. But when you start factoring in the cost of all the other tools that you would be using, Kittle, Canva, Photoshop, Illustrator, maybe Midjourney, this does save you a lot of money. So you want to go down and click DALL-E 3, right? Now we're in DALL-E 3, we can ask it anything. So I'm going to ask it to create a t-shirt that says pedal away your worries, it's for the cycling niche, and make it feature a bike or other cycling elements in a cartoon theme. All I have to do is click enter, and it will start working its magic. You can see it's using DALL-E because it says DALL-E 3, creating images. And let's see what happens. Okay, now this is what it's created. This is good. These designs are good. Pedal away your worries. Except, as you can see, they're on a t-shirt, and we can't really use that on a t-shirt. We can't put a t-shirt on a t-shirt. That's weird, right? And this one, also very good. Pedal away, but then the spelling's all wrong. So what I'm going to now ask for it to do is design needs to be on a clear white background with no mock-ups, and it needs to fit a more adult audience. I was thinking this t-shirt and this design could be for people who are maybe over the age of 18. So let's have a look and see what that does. So one thing you're seeing is that I am now having a conversation with DALL-E, ChatGPT, to actually create and manipulate a design just the way I want it. Now, usually, if I was using Midjourney or Leonardo or any other tool, I would have to start all over again with a new prompt. But there is also another cool thing which I haven't mentioned, and I'm going to tell you as soon as we've come to the end of this design. And you're going to see it is absolutely brilliant. It's a complete game changer, and I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, here are the two designs. So you can see the vast difference. These are much more kid-like, and these are much more adult-like. And I mean, for example, okay, so that says pedale, wrong spelling, pedal away your worries. That is really, really good. And then this one, pedal our worries. Okay, again, the spelling is a bit wrong. We're going to fix that, don't worry. So what we want to ask now is, I like the first one, but it needs to be refined again. The spelling is wrong for the word pedal, and the design needs a little more to it. Okay, so click enter. Usually with other AI tools that do text, if the spelling is wrong, the spelling is wrong. You have to go and edit it yourself because there is no conversation there. Here, I'm able to say to ChatGPT, you spelt it pedale. Can you please spell it pedal? Now let's see what they come up with. Now sometimes the design does entirely change, but that's okay because I said I like the first one. It understands that this is what it's working towards. This pedal away your worries over here is what its aim is. And let's see what it produces. Okay, so we can see this is what it's produced. Again, I'm not very happy with this. A, the spelling is wrong. B, it hasn't done the mock-up, so it hasn't listened to me. This one is really good, but again, pedal away your worries. It's spelt wrong. Worries is spelt wrong. So let's go, I like the second one. Make it exactly the same, but the spelling is all wrong. Spell pedal right and spell worries right. Now, this does sometimes have issues and it's annoying. And when it has issues, it's really annoying. But the way I think about it is the times that it doesn't have issues, and on Friday, just a few days ago, I was actually able to create 36 designs in just a few hours. And that is brand new graphic text, the whole shebang when it comes to designs using this kind of method by talking to it and asking it to fix things and change things. And it does take a bit of time. So for example, I'm getting there. I'm getting very close now, right? So this is that design. You can see it's pretty much the same design, but it still hasn't got that spelling right. And sometimes it just doesn't get the spelling right over and over again. But you can keep asking and eventually it should do it. And the way I see it is, even though it's frustrating that the spelling is wrong, this is still one of the biggest developments in print on demand because I'm having a conversation and I'm asking it to fix things, I'm asking it to change things, I can ask it to add color, I can ask it to make it a bit more child friendly, a bit more cartoony, I can ask it whatever I want. Okay, so I've asked it one more time to fix the spelling. It's kind of annoying. And quite funnily, I have actually tested this idea, this design before I actually created the video, and it worked last time. So what this does show you is that sometimes it makes a mistake, sometimes it works, but what I have found is most of the time it works really well and it allows me to come up with something completely and utterly unique, something that I have thought of with my own words, with my own graphics. The only thing I'm not doing is physically drawing with a pen and a paper and an iPad because that is just, for me, slightly too time consuming. Okay, so this is what we've got. It's getting so close. Pedal away your worries. So what I would do at this point is I would get annoyed at asking and I would just fix the text myself. But why not? Let's just ask it one more time. Let's see what it does. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to show you what the final result is from the previous one that I've done because it is actually really cool, even though it sometimes doesn't work. And I actually kind of like this because it's showing you a real world example of it not working, which is kind of annoying for the video because, like I said, this was a game changer, but I still believe that this AI is a game changer because one thing you are seeing is you are seeing me have a full conversation with an AI, except this AI is now a designer. There's so much that you can do with this. So again, the design is really good, but it's pedal away your worries. So it's still not getting the spelling 100%. Now, if we go to the previous one that I've done, let me show you the conversation. So it kind of started out very similar, right? Started out with the two cartoon images. I went and asked it to make it more adult-like, pedal away your worries. It did the same spelling mistake. I asked it to fix the spelling mistake, and it did the same thing again, pedal away your worries. I asked it to fix it again, and it eventually did it, pedal away your worries, you can see here. But we can see the P, E, and the D, the spacing's all off. So what I've asked it to do is the word pedal and away have odd spacing between the letters. Please correct this. And you can see how it's corrected that, right? And this is what I thought the conversation would go like, but it's pretty cool. So now we can see this is the final design, right? Spelling is absolutely perfect. The design is absolutely perfect. I would download this, remove the background, and I have myself a design which is completely commercially free to use. That is the brilliance of using this as a t-shirt designer, right? But one thing I want to show you, and this is what I was talking about before, what's really cool is I can click into this and I can see the exact prompt that made this. Now, I know this isn't the prompt that I put in. I just asked it to create a bike. But what it's done is it's actually gone and described this t-shirt in a prompt form. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to put this in Ideogram. We're going to put this in Midjourney and we're going to see, and Leonardo, because why not, and we're going to see what they all come out with. Let's start with Ideogram. And I'm doing this just because I'm curious what it will look like. I haven't actually tested this before. So this is going to be a live reaction of what this actually looks like. Okay, Ideogram is done and I actually really like these. So pedal away. Okay, so you see how that Warriors is all over the place. And I don't really know what's going on here, but like this gold is all over the place. So if this was in ChatGPT, I would say, please remove all the gold and please spell worries right. The next one, pedal away your worries. That's spelled right, but the handlebar and the seat, I don't know what's going on here. There's like an extra seat and extra handlebar. So again, I would love to be able to just ask it, remove the extra handlebar and remove the extra seat. Pedal, I don't know what that says, worries. So this is great, but the spelling's a bit off. And then this one, pedal away your worries. So this is really good as well. I'm just not a fan of all the leaves. So I would say, please remove the leaves. So as you can see, the one annoying thing here is now if I want to remove all those things, I need to start again from scratch and just hope that it comes out with a good design. And it might never come out with a good design. Whereas with ChatGPT, what I found is 7 times out of 10, you get a good result at the end. And those 3 times, yes, it just doesn't understand and it keeps making the same mistakes. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, we are still talking to a robot. Let's have a look at what Midjourney would do. So I would do /imagine, put the prompt in, enter, and see what that comes up with. The actual prompt does say evenly spaced letters for pedal and away, and it says what the design should say, pedal away your worries. So it's got the whole prompt there. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. The only thing is Midjourney doesn't do text very well. In fact, it's probably going to entirely ignore this text, but let's have a look and see. Okay, Midjourney is done. So we've got to Willy and PV Stelolio and I don't know what that says, and Stove PUE PV. So the Midjourney really doesn't know what to do when it comes to text, but Midjourney's graphics and design is incredible. The bike is brilliant. The surrounding leaves is good. I like this. I like all the graphics, but it hasn't done the text. So what I would normally do with Midjourney is I would then go and put it in another program and I would add the text myself. So that's why I'm liking ChatGPT. And they haven't sponsored this video or anything, by the way. Gosh, that would be incredible to be sponsored by OpenAI. No, that hasn't happened, but that would be quite cool. But the reason why you can see I like using OpenAI and ChatGPT's DALL-E 3 so much is because it allows me to not have to use any other editing programs. That's 7 out of 10 times. And now, finally, let's try Leonardo. So open this out. There's the exact prompt. I'm just using the normal one. I haven't messed with anything. I haven't turned on anything. And I'm just going to generate. Now, I know that Leonardo can be a lot better if you use all the right settings here on the left-hand side and you use the right model and you do all of those things.
Many hours later.
All right, I have tried testing it with Leonardo, but for some reason the generate button doesn't want to work. It just keeps saying this will use 2 tokens. I know it will use 2 tokens and I have 150. So it doesn't want to work. So great, well done, Leonardo. So one thing we've seen is Discord made amazing graphics. Ideogram tried really hard, but it made a few mistakes and it's annoying because I'd have to start over again. And ChatGPT with DALL-E 3 also made a couple of mistakes and it involved quite a long conversation, but eventually we got there. So it's kind of like paying a designer, them giving you the work almost instantly, and you saying, well, actually, I don't like those colors, change that. And then them giving you the work back instantly, and it's just this instant interaction with another thing, so not a human, like a robot, but eventually getting there to the end. So each design might take you about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but to be able to create a design of this quality, you know, this Peddle Away Your Worries, to be able to create that in 10 or 15 minutes is incredible. A, just thinking up of the idea, and B, drawing it, and then C, putting it all together in a final look. So that's why I actually do think using DALL-E 3 with ChatGPT has become a game changer in the world of AI, specifically with print on demand. You can use this for absolutely anything. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, I bring out a weekly newsletter where I give away free graphics and free sayings and a bunch of cool information. Plus, I share news of what's happening and things that are coming out first with my email list. So definitely go and check that out. The link will be down below. It's also free. So for now, thank you so much. And let me know in the comments down below if you thought this was any cool. If you thought this was any good.